Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling, episode 69, Scar, Silence, and Superglue with Sabu and the Super Genie, Melissa Coates. What's going on, guys?
Hello, guys. We're just hanging out.
Nice, nice. You guys chilling out in that, loving that Las Vegas weather, huh?
Yeah, we're in Vegas. Pretty hot here.
Yeah, sweet. What are you guys up to now? You got any drinks going on or what?
Well, not yet. No, it's too early for that.
Nah, too early. It's never too early for a good Steve Weiser.
I'm token, but I'm not drinking.
Oh, I feel you on that. I got my vape right beside me.
Right on.
Yeah, appreciate you guys coming on. Sabu, you had a chance to listen to our interview with Fonzie, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. He's super fucking awesome to talk to. He's a great guy, man. And you coming on this show means a lot to me, man. Like, honestly, I just want to mark out for a hot second. In my opinion, and I'm sure you heard it when I talked to Fonzie, I think you were probably the most underrated guy ever in professional wrestling. Like, how the fuck did you do what you did and influenced this man? And I don't care if any motherfucker out there wants to deny it, because you had a move set and just a whole everything that influenced a whole generation of superstars, man. And I just want to throw that out there, man, and think that, you know, hey, man, at some point your due's got to be coming, whether it's a Hall of Fame or whatever, man. The fucking Sabu, fucking the shit, dude.
Well, right on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Let's just rip right into it. So you got a new autobiography that's out. It's actually entitled Scar, Silence, and Superglue that you wrote with Kenny Casanova, correct?
Yes, I did.
All right, and people can find that book at ecwsabu.com along with, what do you got, other merch there, I'm sure, like T-shirts and DVDs and stuff?
Yeah, T-shirts and shit.
How long did it take you to write this book, man?
It took about a year, but I didn't like writing it because I don't like talking about myself, so it took longer than I expected, and there's more of a pain in the ass than I
Right.
thought it was going to be.
So, like, the whole, walk us through the process real quick. I mean, is it just you sitting there talking to Kenny and him putting words to paper, essentially, or your story?
Yeah, kind of. I just opened up telling him a few stories, and he wrote them down, and then some of it over the course of the year, he audio taped, he just telling some stories and stuff, and then he put it together and made a book out of it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. And I'm sure that book's got a lot of killer stories. I think, didn't RVD throw in some stuff in that book as well?
Yeah, he did a intro thing for me, yeah. And then Taz and Dreamer and a few other guys.
Nice. All the old school ECW guys, man. You guys are still killing it, too. I'll give you your props, man. I saw you on the Impact about a month ago.
Right
when you first came in, fought the Lucha Bros with RVD and Sabu. I was like, holy fuck, dude. That's like a dream match if I've ever seen one, you know? I thought you guys killed it.
It didn't turn out to be a dream match. We were really cut short for time. So if we were in a house show, we would have tore it up. But
yeah.
It was for we had to hold it down.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that a little, that time probably had something to do with it. But either way, man, that's a match that still is out there. You know, maybe down the road you guys can do it again.
Yeah.
And then coming back in the 23, tell me real quick, what was that like coming back to the 2300 arena?
It's unrecognizable compared to what it used to be. It used to be a dump. The dump was great, but now it's fixed up, but it looks like that. It has the atmosphere of shit.
Yeah. It's still cool, though. I mean, to be back there with all your old school homies and shit, you know? I mean, Sandman was there, Dreamer. You had fucking Rob Van Dam.
Right on.
Yeah. You and RVD still kick it or what?
Oh, yeah. He's my neighbor out here in Las Vegas.
Nice.
You guys borrow sugar from each other. That's the...
Something like that.
Sugar and barbed wire and the occasional spliff. So, Sabu, real quick, getting into, you're from Michigan, right?
Yes.
And now, was the Sheik, your uncle the Sheik, the original Sheik, I might add, was he a Michigan cat as well?
Yeah, well, he was born in Beirut, but and my mother was born in Michigan, so they were the two youngest of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's from Michigan.
Sweet. And so you and essentially Rob, he took some training from the Sheik too, right? Or I know you pretty much.
Yeah. Well, the Sheik trained both of us. He trained me, then he trained me to train Rob.
Right. Man, dude, what a fucking icon, and that's awesome that's your family. I saw pictures of I think you saw too on social media with Joseph Samael visiting the Sheik's house in his grave.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you had a chance to check out Samael's any of his stuff with like Contra Unit or anything?
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah. I think that's the much before.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a heavy metal guy too, man. We had him on the show. He's good people, man. Real people, you know?
Yeah, he's very respectful.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. So what's a day in the life like of Sabu out in Vegas, man? What do you guys do out there for fun?
We don't really do much. We just, go to the gym a lot and eat as much as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that. Sometimes you get them munchies, you got to.
I could have a pool all day.
Hell yeah. So what do you have coming up next? I mean, is there any interest as far? I thought I read some online, whatever, dirt sheets or some bullshit, that Impact was thoroughly impressed with you when you came back at those 2300 arena tapings. Has there been any contact from like Don Callis? I see they brought back Rhino, another guy.
Yes, it's going to bring me back when they need me. They can't really afford to bring me full time, and I don't have the body to do full time anymore, anyways.
Yeah, I hear you, man. That fucking all the years you put on your body and all the damage, man. Fuck, dude. That's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of guys out there other than maybe like a Terry Funk or something that probably knows your fucking pain, man.
Right.
Yeah. It's funny. I saw on Twitter, I was on there the other day, and some dude posted the old ECW action figures. I don't know if you've seen that, but I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, fuck, man, I still got a lot of those, dude. My son used to play with them all the time. You and New Jack and Tommy Dreamer were his favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Fuck yeah, man. What about as far as WWE? Anything there? Like anybody reach out for any kind of like?
I'm too old for them guys. It's a new generation, and they don't want me, and that's fine. It's mutual.
Yeah, I guess I hear that. But look at fucking Goldberg, that god awful match he did out in Saudi Arabia, almost killing fucking Taker.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, pretty garbage. So what do you watch much wrestling, or you just pretty much lax and do your own thing, or how's that go?
I watch it when I can. I don't have a set schedule. I don't watch like every Monday Night Raw, but if I'm home and it's on, I watch it. I look for it when I'm home.
Yeah. Now, is it just mainly WWE?
No, just wrestling in general. There's this one called WOS I've been watching, World of Sport from England. I've been watching it a lot.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty fucking awesome. I think they just came back not too long ago. I thought...
I don't know. I started watching it.
Fuck yeah. Out of the crop of new talent that's out there, I'm sure you've worked with a lot of these guys. Anybody that really catches your eye and you're like, damn, like you maybe see a little bit of your...
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar?
That's I want to go.
Yeah, he's the fucking real deal, man.
Good man.
Yeah. A lot of people I know are pissed about the way he gets booked, but...
He's my favorite wrestler. I like watching him the most, and I want to wrestle him the most.
Yeah, I was going to say, Stetson here, interrupting. I watched one of your interviews, and that's you did mention out of the three people that you would like to wrestle before you retire, Brock was on there. So, yeah, it was a really good answer. But
I think that's fucking dope. Let me take you back, kind of way back to the day, because people may or may not know this. You had not only your ECW run, but I think you were early on a huge part of TNA. At least that's why I started watching. So, holy shit, that guys like you.
I was there when they had their first few matches in Memphis.
Yeah, like guys like you and Raven and shit, and that's what really caught my eye. Take me back to the barbed wire massacre match against Abyss. Were you like, fuck this? What was going through your head?
No, just another match. I wanted more pay.
Yeah.
The only thing that was in my head is I wanted more pay.
Fuck yeah, I hope they paid you well, man. You got fucking sliced and diced in that shit.
Yeah, they paid me okay, but it could have been better.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on your match with RVD at the when they did the hardcore? What was it? Hardcore Justice in 2010.
Yeah, I liked it. They didn't give me much respect, not the opposite, because Jerry Lynn had to pull out of the main event, and so who they called? They called me to take his spot, and then they was full of shit, man. They gave me no respect.
That's fucking
guys.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. You should have been the first. It's the obvious choice, in my opinion. You know.
Yeah, they're cocksuckers.
Yeah, fuck. Hey, so Sabu, what kind of music do you listen to, man?
I listen to heavy metal.
Really? What's somebody? I'm a heavy metal guy myself. If you ever get a chance, if you like the real heavy shit, check out my band Handsome Prick. What kind of shit are you into?
My favorite band is Judas Priest and Black Sabbath.
Fuck yeah. Now you said Sabbath. Let me ask you this: do you like any Dio Sabbath?
Yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah, dude! Heaven and hell. This shit's fucking awesome.
I got Rodney James Dio radio.
Ah, nice, dude. I love Dio, man. Rest in peace. He was a fucking God. His voice was fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
He did a lot of shit. So you're a big Priest Sabbath fan. Any newer bands or?
No, I'm not much into new stuff. I like the older stuff.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man.
I still listen to the same bands I listened to in high school.
Me too, dude. A lot of this new shit's garbage, and to find something good, you really, really got to dig deep. And hey, a lot of us ain't got time for that bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
Another question for you, as far as what do you guys do? You ever go out to the theater or anything? What's like your favorite movie genre?
I don't know, something with Quentin Tarantino.
Nice. Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? It just came out, I think.
No, I actually got some most of these films just now.
Yeah. I got to check that out myself. But yeah, Quentin's fucking awesome. I love the brutality and the humor and everything. Everything about any movie he does, it's fucking gold, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's fun.
You got any events coming up soon that you can tell anybody?
Yeah, this weekend I got me and Melissa have ICP, The Gathering, for 2 days. And then we have one show in Ocala on Sunday.
See, you brought up ICP. I know you've been working with them guys. What was Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope? You doing that the Juggalo Championship wrestling for a hot minute now, isn't it? For years, isn't it?
Yeah, 10, 15 years now. Yeah.
Fuck yeah! How are those guys?
Yeah, they're good guys.
Good to hear. You don't really get down with the music though, do you?
It's not my kind of music, but they're okay.
That's right. You gotta respect them. Hey man, good people are good people. You know.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have really hyped crowds. Like that, crowds are really excitable.
Yeah.
What's the best crowd you ever been in front of, man?
About 60,000 in Japan.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. At the Tokyo Dome.
Take that back. 70,000 WrestleMania. I forgot.
Yeah. Wait a minute. That was the Mania though, where they had like the old school ECW versus that new bullshit they tried putting out.
Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, I'm sure that was a payday, but goddamn, did they just bastardize that shit or what?
Yeah, they just put us on the show. That they didn't give us no meaning.
I remember the first time seeing you is ECW. I believe it was Barely Legal, which was your guys' first pay-per-view, right, back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
But in WCW, I want to say this was like it had to be like probably 92, 93. I know it was somewhere around in there. Who brought you in on that?
Brought me in on which I missed what you said.
WCW?
Oh, Eric Bischoff did.
No shit. I remember you were there, and I was like, "Holy fuck, who is this dude?" And then you were gone, like fucking blink.
Yeah, I met him in Japan, and he liked me. And they go, "How much will it cost for you to do my first Monday Nitro?" And I said, "I can. I'm booked." He goes, "How much for the second Monday Nitro?" I said, "You don't have to give me anything. Just put me over." He goes, "We got to give you something." I said, "Okay, I'll take $500." So what I meant was, give me $500, and then we'll negotiate. So they thought I only meant $500. So they go, "We got you 2 matches a month, one Nitro and one pay-per-view, and the rest of the time you have off. I said, oh, great. What am I making? They go, what you wanted, $500 a match. You're going to give me $500 a match for 2 matches a month. And I said, I can't do that. That's crazy.
Yeah, fuck no, man. It's like, I thought you said you liked me, you know?
They didn't want to negotiate one stitch.
That's fucking bullshit. I mean, the business side of professional wrestling, you know, I mean, me doing the podcast, I know some of it associating with these promotions and, of course, with my band and booking and all that shit. And it's a fucking nightmare, you know?
I still got to pay for my money every night, just about every night. I've had about 8 of my last 10 shows canceled in the last month.
Fuck. Who you booking these shows through, man? Well, I know some people out here, so if you want to get out in the
there's somebody different each time, and a couple guys were guys I dealt with, which I truly trusted, and they let me down.
Yeah, fuck that, man. I got some good people out here in the Chicagoland, so if you're willing to make the trek out here and the money's right, I'll put in the good word for you, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
When's the last time you hung out with Fonzie?
A couple years ago, we had a show down in Florida where he was a referee.
Nice. Let me ask you this: what I know you know with the Sheik being your uncle and everything, was it was wrestling pretty much instilled in your brain like growing up? Like when did you first become attracted to the sport?
We only watched wrestling on Sundays when we went up to my uncle's house. Other than that, the rest of the day of the week was normal. I didn't live with my uncle. I didn't live with him until I was older. I was growing up, but we didn't live with him. We just went out there every Sunday to visit him. And so there was no wrestling around our house 6 days a week.
Who were some of the guys you were watching when you were younger that you were enthralled by?
Terry Funk, of course, and Dory, and Abdullah.
Fuck yeah. Brody?
Brazil.
You're a big Brody fan?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody back then had. I still love him. I've talked to Joseph about that. It's like, man, that's a fucking tragedy and a half. What happened there? What's the craziest shit that's ever happened to you by a fan per se? Like someone, what's like the craziest heat you've ever got?
I don't know. I can't think of nothing at the moment.
No problem, man. People trying to throw cups of piss or anything like that?
Well, yeah, that's happened not too long ago. Puerto Rico's going to piss on me.
Ah, yeah. See, there you go again. The Puerto Ricans, man. Not Puerto Ricans. I don't mean that, you know. So before you motherfuckers, sensitive motherfuckers out there, try jumping the gun, you know, I ain't saying Puerto Ricans, but come on, man. Puerto Rico killed Bruiser Brody. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, that's some fucked up shit. What promotion would you say right now is on, like, would you call, like, the alternative to WWE, if you even care?
AEW, of course. Somebody they have some money.
Yeah, you've been keeping up with that situation, huh?
Sort of. I watch the news. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm excited about that, man. That's it's something new, it's something fresh, and they're kind of bringing back some of the old school vibe, but it's more modern. And dude, I think it's anything to kind of kick fucking Vince in the balls, I'm all for. Because back in 2000, 2001, when WCW and you guys got bought out, I graduated in 2001. So when that shit happened, it was like my fucking heart dropped, and I was like, ugh. Like now this guy, like, granted he has put out some great shit, but what happens to a motherfucker's head when he becomes king and he monopolizes everything? You get the last 15 plus years of pure shit wrestling. Well, according to Vince, you can't even call it fucking wrestling. That's a big no-no. So yeah. I am so fucking glad that AEW, and by the way, we will be at All Out, so I can't fucking wait for that shit. I'm glad that they are around, and they're doing it right. It's not like this, I'm not saying like Impact or ROH or even New Japan. Any of these other guys haven't. Everybody's had their hiccups, but they're backed by a guy who's worth more than WWE combined. It's essentially like we got another Ted Turner, so that's fucking awesome. Possibilities are endless with them, man.
Yeah, right. I think so too.
Yeah. So, in your book, how long is this read? By the way, is this a long book or?
It took me about a year to read it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely gonna read it. I'm gonna buy that motherfucker after we get off air tonight. So.
I don't know. It's only about 1,000 pages, 400 pages.
All right, that's cool. I can still blaze it.
It has a lot of pictures in it and a lot of history.
That's great because
not just my history. History of Detroit, my uncle.
Nice. That's awesome. I mean, because even both you guys, like you and the Sheik, both have this mysterious vibe to you, and I think that's pretty evident even nowadays. Like people want to hear, like, what's up with fucking Sabu? Like it's so awesome to like sit here and talk with you. You're telling me you fucking dig on Sabbath and Dio and shit. I mean, that's fucking great. But I think that's people want to know shit like that, because you are such an icon, and same with the Sheik. I mean, this is in this day and age with social media and everything, you guys are able to connect more with the fans, and it's awesome for you because it's another avenue to make money, Which you guys imagine if back in the day when ECW was going fucking ultra hard in the paint, if you guys would have had social media back then. I mean, what do you think that shit would have fucking blew up even more so than it did, or?
Well, yeah, they had social media, but it was the beginning of the Stone Age of it.
Yeah, there was that dial-up AOL that. Yeah, it took me like 25 minutes to get on like MTV's website or something back in the day. Oh, that fucking shit. So out in Vegas, man, is there? I'm trying to think. Did you guys? You didn't go to Double or Nothing, did you?
No. There's this company I worked for sometimes called Future Stars Arrest. I work for them now and then.
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them. I'm trying to think who else did they just. I just saw somebody. It's fucking escaping me, and I didn't even hit the pen yet. But yeah, there's all kinds of shit all over. So it's great that you nowadays all these guys, including yourself, have many avenues to work. I mean, does it kind of remind you of like the territory days, or?
Territory days were good, but they didn't pay.
Yeah,
they made no money.
Yeah. So you're saying back in the day it was you were making more than what you are now as far as just going.
No, we make more now than we did back in territory days. I think territory days, everybody goes, who the territory days are gone. But what they don't remember is how no one ever got paid in the territory days. Only one and the owner's son got paid.
I got you. Well, yeah, I mean that so it's got to be fucking cool that at least nowadays you could pretty much go anywhere again, and it's not like some jabroni promotion. I mean, I'm sure you run across a few, whatever. I don't know, you probably don't fucking remember. It's been like 4 or 5 years ago. I saw you out here in Valparaiso, Indiana. It was a show with like Scott Steiner. Let me think. Virgil was. I think Virgil just fucking showed up like he always does. Talked my fucking ear off for like 2 hours, and he started talking about how big Andre's dick was. I'm like, where's this going, man? But yeah, I remember you signed my son's belt. We got a DVD from you. I hooked you up with some party favors, and yeah, it was a good time. You and Super Genie, you and Melissa were both out there, so yeah, it was fucking cool to see you, man. That was my first time seeing you live. You weren't at the. I don't know if you remember. Back in the day, I want to say maybe it was '99 ECW out in Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, I remember.
Were you at that one?
I'm not sure if I was there, but I know they went there.
Fuck yeah. Some people are scared to come to Gary, but not ECW.
I scared to go because nobody can't draw nothing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, since you put it like that. What else? Oh, going back to like Impact again. So you guys in this fucking RVD, man, coming back. I just want to say that was so fucking cool. What was it like to be working with some of these new cats that you guys were working with?
they're all right. They're stiff as shit. They're all right. They're good guys.
Yeah, I love the Arabian Facebuster to Ethan Page. I actually just saw him last night at a Black Label Pro show, or Saturday, I should say. But that was a fucking dope ass spot, dude. And I'm like, for anybody that hasn't seen you in a long time, man, and for you to bust that shit out, it's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Well, the whole locker room was really excited too after the match. Like, they were all amazed, like how well Sabu could still move after this many years. So, I mean, he's going to be modest about it, but everybody was really excited for him and Ross to be back together. They were super excited. So it was a really good time. It was a really good time working there.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I love it too, Sabu, how you're super fucking humble, man. Like, I mean, you're just a real motherfucker, dude. Like, pardon my French, but that's fucking cool, man. You don't get a lot of guys like that.
They should put relentlessly humble on your book cover.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was brought up mostly by my uncle, my mother, of course, but my uncle too, and he was very modest. So I learned that from him, I guess. The
thing that's impressive about, we talk about this modesty, but so as you can tell, Wallace Juice is his knowledge of pro wrestling history and the different promotions and the different people. He's not bullshitting when he says he's speaking to one of his wrestling heroes. You are literally one of his wrestling heroes. But I'm new to the whole thing, so we got hooked up through this podcast, and I do the audio stuff. But what's so impressive from a new guy's point of view to the sport is watching footage of you. You're not you're not the wrestler that talks a bunch. You're not you're kind of silent. Your actions speak for you. What's super impressive is the way, and kind of I'm getting to the question, but what's impressive is how you can tell a story without talking, with just using physicality and moves and communicating emotion and getting people hyped. And you could actually tell a story in 60 minutes, whether that be over the span of a couple months or with each one of these events you do often, like every week, no matter who's on the other side of the ring with you. It's super impressive. And my question is, do you see that kind of stuff with these new guys because of social media, because they could have their face out there 24 hours a day, because of the cracking of kayfabe and going back and forth with it? You don't have to address the kayfabe part, but like the storytelling part, how do you mentor a lot? Do you try to give like these young kids like pointers? Like, because man, like it's just so impressive to do what you do, to tell a story and not actually you use physical language.
Yeah. The way it should be.
The thing is, when guys my age tell a story, they're telling their story. When guys are green today or new today, they're telling someone else's story. So they're not even telling their own story.
That's a good point.
When I tell a story, I tell my own story. Even if the promoter don't want to know my story, I'm going to tell it his place. I'm going to do my story the way I do it. And then those guys, they can't do their story the way they do it. They can't do their story the way someone tells them to do it.
Yeah. It's just
WWE.
That's in kind of the shit right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Only from the creative aspect. The matches are better than ever, and the guys are better in shape than ever. All that stuff. But from being creative, they're all stifled.
Yeah, I for sure. I totally agree with that. There's a lot. A lot of these guys are, like you say, super talented, physically gifted beyond like almost any generation I've ever seen in professional wrestling. But when it comes down to, hey, here's a fucking script, or go off and do your own thing, you can have 200 fucking guys that are badass, but a guy that actually be able to go out there and, like you say, tell the story, or even if there are those guys that are given like a shit fucking story. I'm sure there's a lot of WWE guys, and there's like a couple of them that's like, yeah, you get handed some fucking bullshit, and they make do with it, whatever. That's a sign of their talent and their ability. But I don't think there's a lot of good storytellers out there today.
No, the storytellers are the agents. They're not the wrestlers or the guys in the dressing room. They're not in the limelight anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing I kind of see with AEW is them guys kind of giving it back to the professional wrestling, back to the wrestler,
Yeah, I see that too.
Yeah, so that's fucking super cool. Let me ask you this real quick. I'm going to bring up a name. and you tell me, just give me the first thing that comes to your head. Paul Heyman.
A genius, yes, a genius.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on him running Raw now, man?
Well, that's where he always wanted to be. Working for Vince.
Yeah.
With Vince.
Now Vince supported you guys back in the day, right? He was kind of funding you guys money back in the day.
Yeah, I never seen it, and I didn't know about it at the time, so I don't know.
No shit. That's fucked up, man. This is see, in my opinion, when I think of like ECW, and I'm talking about like the Extreme Championship Wrestling, not when it was Eastern Championship Wrestling, but I think of like guys that are the heroes, the icons. There's 5 guys. Everybody always does this fucking list. My Mount Rushmore, I guess, would be you, RVD, Taz, Raven, and I think I always throw Rhino in there. It's either Rhino or Sandman, but it's usually Rhino because I know Rhino and he's a fucking awesome dude.
Right on.
Yeah, but that's what I think. And you guys had, to be this little promotion to go into a promotion that was, you guys started a fucking revolution. I mean, it was the 90s shit was fucking, it was dangerous. Music was fucking dangerous. Like the culture, everything, like it was fucking hungry for blood and shit. And you guys gave it to them. I mean, I watch, that's mainly most of the shit I watch on the WWE network is like, of course, all the old ECW TV and I'll watch like Mid-Atlantic or Mid-South, any of that. I love going back to those super old school shit because I don't know, man, that shit just gets me, man. But I remember watching your guys like ECW TV. It would come on like, I think it was before or after Man Cow TV out here in like Chicagoland back in the day on. Fuck.
Yeah.
What was it like once you guys got that TV deal for TNN? I mean, I've heard stories that it was kind of a shit show. They didn't promote you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really get into that part of it. I only wrestled each night and left the business up to other people.
Do you think you did you see better pay though? Like when they reached a deal with TNN?
No, there was no better pay. There was nothing. Well, when we signed the deal, like with Acclaim or video games, something like that, we've never seen nothing. Everybody's cheering, yeah, we signed the deal. But then we all had empty pockets. The only one that ever got any money was Paul.
No shit.
Yeah. He goes, we decided a $32 million deal with Acclaim. And they go bankrupt a week later.
Yeah, well, did you ever play that game? It was the dripping shits, man.
Never played it. I never played it. I never got paid for it. Never got played it.
Oh man, dude, it was fucking garbage. I still have it. I got it for a Nintendo 64. The only cool part was like when they would show each guy in the ring and fucking they'd say something. They had like voiceover work or something. I don't even think all of them. Did you do voiceovers for that?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say there's quite a few of them I could tell. I was like, man, that ain't fucking this guy. What about since we got on that video game thing real quick? Going back to, I believe it was WWE. What the fuck was it? It was SmackDown versus Raw featuring ECW in 2008. Was one of my favorite games. It was one when they brought back, the EC dub, but it was like the first year of it. I remember you and I think Sandman and Terry Funk were one of the guys in the game. Was that the developer who came to you guys, or?
Yeah, we were in it. I don't know anything about it.
No shit. We need to get fucking Sabu reparations, man. What the fuck? It's getting me all hot and bothered.
That's the thing in it. So I wasn't a regular guy. You had to unlock me somehow or create. That way to cut me in on the share, I guess. I don't know.
Damn, dude.
Crazy.
That is, because this guy, fuck. There, and there is, too. Like, if you go, Sabu was so fucking over, and this is how over this character and everything was. And even the Sheik, because it all, in my opinion, it kind of trickles down. You can go to like the dollar store. You know how you see these bullshit like knockoff toys. Like there's always a couple of them. All right. There's one that's like it looks like Hulk Hogan, and it's obviously it's not Hulk Hogan. It's just some fucking cheap thing. And there's always a Sabu one, dude. I always see those motherfuckers, dude. So
yeah, they're like generic wrestling figures.
Yeah. They kind of got like the hollowed out old He-Man body on them or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But those, you know, I mean, you left a fucking huge impact on the biz, and you still continue to do it, man. Fuck, man. Is there a glass ceiling for when you want to give it up and hang up the boots?
I don't know. I don't see one at the moment. You know, I don't feel like giving up because I still feel pretty good.
Fuck yeah. Well, speaking of that, since you're saying you feel pretty good, I mean, how many fucking surgeries have you had?
Not that many. I did more surgeries on myself than I had for sure. You know, I've only had probably maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 surgeries, but I did probably 30 or 40 of them.
No shit. That's where the super glue comes into play, huh?
Super glue and tape and tape those.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, here's another good thing, because I remember this. My buddy had the issue. What can you tell me? Fuck, I forget what year it was. This was definitely in the 90s, though. I think you and Van Dam were in High Times. They had an article about you guys or some shit, right?
Yeah. They had like an inside cover. We were supposed to be on the cover, but Ozzy Osbourne beat us out for the cover.
Oh.
So they put us on an inside cover, which was it said championship pot growers or something like that.
Nice.
Pot smoke, something like that.
What's the pot situation out like in Vegas? Is it? I mean, I've been to Vegas. I've stayed out there for a week. I walked. Yeah. You'd say excellent.
It's expensive, but other than that, it's as good as it gets.
Yeah. We got some good shit out here too. I mean, it's not recreational and all that shit isn't legal though out there yet, is it?
Yeah, it's legal. Yeah, it's legal.
No shit.
Yep. Like in California, it's legal, except for you have to be a California resident to buy any weed. Here, you can just be a bum off the street and buy it.
Nice. I'll be that fucking bum off the street then.
See you next week.
On the street selling it.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Illinois, I believe they just passed the law. So I think starting in 2020, it's going to be recreational. It's going to be legal out in Illinois.
I've been a pot smoker my whole life. It's about and I used to drink alcohol too. And pot's way less dangerous than alcohol.
Oh.
I can drive if I'm too high. I can't drive if I'm too drunk.
Yeah, for sure, man. I totally agree with you. I think I'm 36 now. I started. Thank God there's no little kids listening, and if they are, they're fucking degenerates. I think I started at age 11, so it was like going into 5th grade. And I remember the first time I got high, man. It was fucking ridiculous. My eyes were ruby red. My buddy's mom was gonna take us to the water park, and she came in and saw 4 stoned ass kids, and was like, "Robert, are you on drugs? You guys aren't fucking going anywhere." It's like, whoa, settle down, babies. Yeah, man, I enjoy a good smoke there, and I enjoy, especially nowadays, dude. There's so many different ways to, as far as edibles go, and you know, the vape pens keep it nice and cool and kind of incognito.
Yeah, it's very cool now.
Yeah, I fucking love it, dude. I'll tell you this: I haven't seen none of that Mexican brickweed in a long fucking time.
I was in Mexico, and I go, "Hey, can I get some weed?" They go, "Yeah." I go, "How good is it?" I go, "What kind is it?" They go, "It's Mexican." I go, "Yeah, the Mexicans the shit where I come from."
Yeah, dude. I was just
Mexican
out.
Weed, wait a minute. Mexican weed in Mexico is the shit in Mexico too.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad you said that. I was just out there with my band Moistened Disciples in 2015. We're out there and like, oh man, we got some shit, some good shit. And I'm like sitting there thinking, come on, dude, they ain't got fucking anything. He comes back and man, this shit looked like it was in a Ziploc bag underneath somebody's bed for like 2 months. It was just like, it looked like a piece of Swamp Thing or something.
Yeah, it's the shits, man. Even in Mexico, it's the shits.
I know, right? I've been down in Houston and stuff like in El Paso too, and I'm like, I remember being on tour and like thinking, oh man, and this was back like 2006 or 7. So we still kind of, there were people around here. It's like, oh, I got either mids or hydro. They used to call it. I haven't even heard those terms tossed around anymore.
Not anymore.
No, but you go down there and it's like, I'm thinking, okay, these guys got to be doing it better than what we're fucking doing up here, And I go down there and I get this fucking shit. I paid a lot for it, and it was the same garbage, like tons of fucking C's. I would have been a millionaire by now had I cultivated this shit. It was just shitty fucking brick.
Yeah, it's the shits.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we got what we got now, man. I think, the legislation, everything that's fucking on it, it's bullshit to me that it's classified as what? It's a class 1 narcotic, right?
Yeah.
I know RVD's been a big advocate for that. Man, it's just, come on. I think probably within the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully this country will get wisen up. Otherwise, we're going to fucking Canada, eh?
Yeah.
Something.
Right.
Oh, man, so you don't really drink much then, huh?
No, I'm not much of a drinker.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I saw the thing, too, with, did you have a chance to check out the Fight Network? Did some on RVD?
No, I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It was weird to see him. He's drinking a pint, and he's talking about it. He's like, man, everybody's like, we're Rob Van Dam. We're supposed to be token, Like, what the fuck? He's like, I enjoy a beer every now and then. Like, I thought it was a great fucking episode. I actually talked to I think his name is George Barbosa that actually created that. He works for Anthem, which is parent owner of Impact Wrestling. So shout out to those guys. But I told him I was like, dude, what the fuck's up with the Sabu special, Like, and he told me that he was working on it. So have you had any contact with these guys or?
No, I haven't heard nothing.
No shit. They just blowing smoke in my face, and they ain't the smoke I want to inhale. Fucking bastards. So Sabu,
I don't mean to be a wet blanket, but my phone's gonna die.
No, that's fine. I was just getting ready to kill it, man. I want to thank you guys again for coming on the show. I fucking appreciate it. Hey, if you're ever down to do it again sometime, let's do it. You got my number, man, so feel free to reach out whenever, man.
You got it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And real quick, I just want to remind everybody you can find Sabu on Instagram and Twitter at Sabu with, 4 U's and the 3 now?
Yes.
You've had a lot of accounts. And go to ecwsabu.com and pick up a copy of his new book, and along with merch and DVDs, all this good shit. And I'd like to thank Super Genie Melissa Coates for appearing on the episode as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Anytime.
I have a lot of merchandise, so my Twitter's at SuperGenie111, but you'll see it retweet my kind of stuff on his Twitter account.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a Twitter account. He had a former Twitter account, but we'd like to get across his new one. Like you said, it's at Sabu with 4 U's and the number 3. So it only has one Twitter account, and that's it.
Fuck yeah. You best believe we'll be sharing the hell out of that shit. So you guys have a good night. Fucking party on.
Right on, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, brother. Later. So that was our interview with Sabu. What'd you think, Sret?
That was awesome.
It was fucking surreal, dude. He's a fucking awesome guy.
He just I do so. I really appreciate it because he does. I was telling you when we were doing a little bit of research, and
right,
the way we sort of do research. I mean, but one of the things is that he doesn't do interviews.
No, not really. No,
like I call the voicemail if I'm wrong. Send a message on Twitter. Send a message on Facebook if I'm wrong. But
187. No,
I don't know of any podcasts, like just audio only, like podcasts that he has done an interview. He's done a few things over the last, 10 years or 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
He's done 3 longer interviews.
I'm sure he's done some for RF shoots or
a couple spots,
something
but
like
not,
that.
But not really. And so for him to actually give us a time is awesome because it's not his thing.
But we're fucking dope,
Oh yeah.
We're so cool that we get fucking Sabu on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about your guys.
Oh yeah, this is where we have to make direct eye contact with the camera.
Yeah.
And for those of you listening, audio only, close your eyes and imagine we both have baby blue, crystal clear eyes.
Wait, no, my eyes are brown as shit, and I'm proud of that.
Well, mine too.
Yeah,
but
fuck that blue-eyed shit. We ain't painting no picture like that.
Close your eyes and imagine 2 pair of soft, gentle brown eyes. And when you think to yourself, what's happening in wrestling this week? How will I find out? You listen to our show. If you have a friend that likes wrestling, or even you're not sure, but it might be some new thing that you want them to get into instead of being the boring-ass piece of doo-doo.
Doo-doo stain butter.
Train wreck!
Ah, yeah! Don't let them watch that WWE. I don't
yeah,
know.
man.
Some of it, if they like it. Whatever.
You listen to the show to get the newest news on pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Upcoming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool games.
Yes.
Quips.
Yes.
Yelling.
Yeah.
Humor. Silent farts. We stopped farting, I think, back in episode 7.
It got real hot in here.
It got real hot in here, and we made rules.
Yeah.
The burping still happens. Earlier, when you asked the question, and I saw on camera that your mouth moved weird, I then distinctly smelled some sort of.
I wasn't giving a ghost a blowjob.
Some sort of some meat product wafted over into my face.
With it salty.
But yeah, man. Yeah, people like Sabu. People like we're just
Pat Monix, Joseph Samael, Casey Lennox, they all these people. Mikey Blanton from Black Label Pro, Steve from Warrior Wrestling. They all know what's up.
Just started.
Yeah, we did just start, and we're fucking killing it.
Get obsessed with us and get ready over the next 6 weeks. We will have merchandise. We're gonna launch Patreon. We're gonna launch a couple YouTube extras. Some informational stuff.
Oh yeah, we actually have some extras in the bank right now too. Some one of them happens to be
stuff
with Joseph Samael too.
So we got 2 bonus, some bonus footage and bonus interview stuff that will be on YouTube exclusive. And then we're working on some other stuff. It's going to be the next 30 days is going to be very exciting for us. We just had.
Well, we got a big fucking weekend coming up too, going into September. So we're essentially looking at GCW, that's Game Changer Wrestling, and Black Label Pros joint venture, the 2 Cup Stuffed. I still can't get around that title. I like it, but I'm wondering. Anyways, so we got that, and then Saturday, we're fucking all out, bro. We're
Saturday's
all out. I'm fucking stoked because those of you out there, diehards, the juice heads, as I like to call them, that have been listening since day one. If you guys remember last summer around this time, we were getting real pumped for All In, and trying to be a part of it. I know you were out in Europe at the time, and shit happened with me where I couldn't attend and help out, even though I was asked to do, much like I was this year too, because, hey, they want the juice. It's so exciting now to be in this position. We're going to be in a suite with the STF Underground guys, with the Hub Chicago. It's going to be a fucking party, man.
It's going to be fun. And we are trying to. So I'm not a big fan of this, like, we're announcing something special in 30 days.
Yeah.
I just like to blurt it out.
Yeah.
The hype train, people get hyped, but whatever. That's my own.
Well, we don't want to get hyped and let you down, even though
we
we'll
are
never
working
let you down.
We are, like, Friday's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, we got the All Out event. And then we're trying to work something out during the day. That
Saturday.
might be real fun. During the day of the event. And then Sunday is Warrior Wrestling.
It's sort of
6.
Oh man, it's gonna be fucking nuts. And they at this time they've already announced Killer Cross as their fucking goddamn. I love that guy, dude. He's fucking awesome. He's killing the Impact Wrestling and actually a lot of independents throughout the country. Man,
it's gonna be an unreal weekend in Chicago for
bigger,
wrestling.
wetter, better. Yeah, it's gonna essentially this is the Midwest Chicagoland's WrestleMania weekend. To me, it's gonna be bigger because. Fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck about WrestleMania.
Because Chicago's the coolest city in the world?
Yeah, it is.
I mean.
Well, shit. And then October, too, you got Impact Wrestling coming with Bound for Glory. And then in November, you got MLW coming with this Saturday Super Fight. Thank you, Tom Hodges.
Thanks for stopping by.
Go! Yeah, but that's their first pay-per-view. So, I mean, Chicago is like the mecca for professional wrestling. Right now, I've talked about it before. We don't need to go into detail on that, but we got a lot of shit planned for you guys, and we appreciate the fucking support. We hope it continues. It has this freaking nature starting to swell, and once we get big enough, there ain't gonna be any room and the float through the veins. But seriously, I love all you guys for your support. It's an interaction. It's been fucking cool to chat with a lot of you and get your opinions on the show. If you want to do it some more, leave a message. Leave on the voicemail at 1-872-267-4199. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Juice Pro Wrestling. We're on the Twitter machine at JPW Podcast. You can find us and download and listen and subscribe on any podcasting platform like YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify. I thought we were going to exchange it off, but didn't we? Tune in, iHeartRadio, iTunes, all that fucking shit. We're everywhere. Just Google us. We're on Google too.
We're on Google Play, Google Plus, Fartbox,
Quaffbox, Quaff. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. And just remember, You know, if you want some good shit like Sabu on the show, that's, you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the beginning. You know, there's a third part to this equation. And, oh, yes, it will happen. Just think about it. I'm not even going to tell you guys. Bill Alfonso, Sabu. There's one more piece to the puzzle.
There's one more piece, man.
And it's not Tommy Chong. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, this is the Juice and Threaten saying, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up.
You gonna do sex to me?